right, Aries, let's get into your reading. So, the message that I have for you today is this. The cards hit this table with force, and I felt this person before anything was even revealed. Their weight pressed into every position, and it took my breath away from the very first moment. Something deep lives across this spread, and I need you to absorb this before we go any further. These cards only land like this when real devotion exists, and this devotion runs dangerously deep inside. This reading arrived at the perfect moment, and the timing of it was absolutely never an accident. A love wraps tightly around your energy, and most people search entire lifetimes without ever tasting it. This person holds feelings so intense inside, the sheer weight of them has become genuinely frightening. They never planned to care this fiercely, and that sudden vulnerability disturbs them on every single level. Whatever bond exists here crossed into sacred territory, and pretending otherwise is no longer an option now. The depth of what they feel terrifies them because they sense it can never be taken back again. Our first card is the Moon, and this confirms emotional currents running beneath their calm exterior quietly. The Moon shows a secret world of longing, and you occupy the very center of that hidden space. During quiet hours, when everything fades, their mind drifts toward you without permission or any control. Desire lives beneath their composure like a storm, and the Moon captures that depth with striking precision. Restless nights visit them more often now, and your face appears behind their eyes without any warning. They cannot escape the pull you created inside, and that force only grows stronger with each passing day. Fear sits right beside their love, and both emotions feed off each other in complete, total silence. They are terrified because losing you would shatter them, not because you could ever bring them harm. Now we have the Knight of Cups, and this brings deliberate romantic intention aimed at your heart. The Knight of Cups confirms purpose behind every word, and nothing about their attention toward you feels casual. Every gesture toward you holds emotional weight, and they carefully measure each one before ever offering it. This card shows a person who chose you quietly, and that decision happened long before you noticed it. Their devotion does not sit passively, it stretches toward you even during their most guarded, quiet moments. We also have the Two of Wands, and this reveals a future they built entirely on their own. The Two of Wands confirms they picture life beside you, and that vision haunts them every single day. A quiet image of you together brings them comfort, but it also delivers sharp and unexpected anxiety. Caught between safe distance and terrifying surrender, they keep concluding that their heart belongs with you entirely. Distance has not weakened anything. It only sharpened their clarity about needing you close beside them. Our final card is the Lovers, and This validates a soul bond far beyond anything ordinary here. The lovers confirms a union designed before you arrived, and that sacred blueprint still holds completely firm. Two spirits finding each other through chaos. That is what the lovers illuminates across this entire spread. This person carries a bond that shakes their foundation, and it deepens with every single encounter shared. That is why this reading reached you today, because the pressure around this love hit its absolute peak. Something is about to crack open between you, and they cannot hold their truth back any longer now. A window surrounds this connection, and the universe decided already that these walls will not stand forever. Every card arrived to confirm one thing, and your own heart already knows what that thing truly is. You were meant to hear this today, and what approaches carries a force that will change everything entirely. The warmth in your chest at this very moment is real, and it matches the frequency of theirs. Hold on to what you feel, because soon every doubt will dissolve and only truth will remain here. Okay, the energy turned inward toward you, and the cards are pulling me directly into your heart. A different vibration appeared when I shifted focus, and it tells me you carry more than you show. You sense this connection deep in your bones, and some mornings you wake questioning your own perception. Our first card for your side is the Nine of Swords, and it lands with painful accuracy here. The Nine of Swords confirms anxiety pressing on your chest, especially when nighttime silence surrounds you completely. You replay conversations inside your head, searching for hidden meanings behind every word they ever spoke. Doubt creeps in so heavily at times, you nearly convince yourself that nothing you feel is real. Your mind builds a case against your instincts, and that internal war drains you completely by morning. You question whether you invented the warmth, and those spiraling doubts keep you awake much longer than necessary. Your intuition has been accurate all along, and the cards need you to finally accept that simple truth. You are not inventing what you feel, and the Nine of Swords confirms your ache comes from depth. Your heart has been working overtime to protect itself, and that exhaustion shows in ways you barely notice. There are nights when the weight of not knowing presses down, and your chest tightens with every thought. Now we have the Queen of Cups, and this represents emotional intelligence living quietly inside your spirit. The Queen of Cups confirms you feel at a depth that most people around you cannot ever reach. You absorb emotions of others without trying, and that gift sometimes becomes a heavy burden you carry alone. This person reaches you energetically even miles away, and you sense their moods before they say a word. That invisible cord is not imagination. The Queen of Cups validates its existence beyond any reasonable question. You feel what they feel before they express it, and that mirroring ability confirms the bond is genuine. We also have the Star, and this brings hope that has been fighting to reach you for weeks. The star confirms that despite every anxious night, something genuinely beautiful is forming quietly around your life. You deserve to receive love without constantly questioning it, and the cards are asking you to trust. Hope has been knocking at your door softly, and the star says it is safe to open now. Our final card is the Six of Cups, and this carries deep nostalgia and emotional recognition inside it. The Six of Cups confirms something familiar about this bond, as if recognition existed from the very start. You catch yourself sensing what they need before words come, and that knowing runs deeper than any logic. That familiarity is not coincidence. It confirms this bond carries roots far older than this present lifetime. Your heart recognized this person before your mind caught up, and that knowing has guided you ever since. Trust what lives in your chest over what anxious thoughts whisper, because your intuition never once lied. The cards confirm you are not foolish for believing, and the love you sense heading here is genuine. Every doubt you carried was simply your heart protecting itself, and now those guards are safe to lower. Something inside you already knows the outcome clearly, and your patience will be rewarded beyond what you imagined. The love you guard so carefully deserves space to breathe, and that opening is happening for you now. What your heart whispered in quiet moments was never wrong, and the cards confirmed it here today. You have carried enough weight alone for long enough, and the relief you deserve is finally approaching. Every anxious night brought you closer to this confirmation, and now you can exhale, knowing it was real. The weight of uncertainty sat on your shoulders for months, and you deserve relief from carrying it alone. You give so much of yourself to others quietly, and now the universe prepares to return something beautiful. Your capacity to love at this depth is rare, and the cards confirm it has not gone unnoticed. Every prayer you whispered in silence was recorded, and the universe kept a careful account of each one. Now, something shifted in this spread, and I feel this person stepping forward with their full emotional presence. Their side holds layers you have not seen, and the cards are prepared to pull them into view. Our first card for their energy is the Tower, and I need you to sit with this carefully. The Tower confirms that meeting you caused something inside them to collapse, and it has not settled yet. Before you arrived, they lived a life where emotions stayed controlled and predictable at all times. You dismantled that structure without trying, and the disruption you caused still echoes through their entire system. They never planned for a person like you, and the chaos you introduced terrifies them beyond any words. The tower does not land gently, and it confirms you shook their world at its very core. Everything they believed about love was rewritten the moment your energy entered their life and refused to leave. What frightens them is not the feeling itself. It is knowing they cannot return to who they were. Now we have the King of Pentacles, and this reveals a person who prizes stability above almost everything. The King of Pentacles says they spent years building walls, both financially and emotionally, without any pause. They need to feel grounded at all times, and you make the earth beneath their feet tremble constantly. Loving you forces them into raw vulnerability, and that has always been the place they refused to visit. Control defines how they move through life, and you represent the one force they cannot manage or contain. They built a fortress out of discipline and logic, and your love walked straight through the front gate. Admitting they need you feels like weakness to them, and that internal contradiction keeps them frozen in place. We also have the Five of Cups, and this shows grief from past wounds still aching deep inside. The Five of Cups confirms previous heartbreak taught them to guard fiercely, and those lessons run extremely deep. They lost something painful before you arrived, and that loss convinced them love only invites more suffering. You are not crazy for sensing they care. Beneath every wall stands a heart desperate to choose you. Their past does not define what is possible now, but it explains exactly why their guard stays high. Old wounds still whisper warnings to them at night, and those voices compete directly with what you offer. Our final card is the Eight of Swords, and it reveals the mental prison they currently occupy inside. The Eight of Swords confirms they feel trapped, caught between wanting you and fearing what love once destroyed. They pull away not because feelings are absent. They retreat because the intensity overwhelms their entire system. Every silence from them is a battle inside, where love and self-preservation fight for dominance each day. This person transformed the moment you entered their world, and they are still processing who they have become. The version of themselves before you feels like a stranger, and that permanent shift haunts them constantly. They carry a war between desire and protection, and neither side is willing to surrender the fight yet. What they have not realized yet is simple. You are nothing like the pain their past once created. Every card on their side confirms they want you, and fear remains the only wall standing between you. They replay your words inside their head at night, searching for proof that you feel the same way. The weight of pretending they are fine exhausts them, and that mask they wear is starting to crack. Their pride stands guard at the entrance of their heart, but you already found a way around it. They compare every person they meet against you, and every single comparison falls short, without any exception. Vulnerability feels like a foreign language to them, but with you, they are slowly learning to speak it. Every wall they built was designed against a different love, and yours does not match that pattern. The depth of their struggle proves how deeply you matter, because indifference never fights this hard. All right, the energy accelerated forward, and I feel movement building beneath the surface of this whole connection. Something is being prepared on their end, and even though you cannot see it, the momentum is real. Our first card is the Chariot, and this arrives with forward motion that cannot be easily stopped now. The Chariot confirms they are gathering courage, pushing through resistance to finally move toward you directly. They wrestled with themselves long enough, and the debate inside them is reaching its final conclusion now. A decision sits at the edge of their awareness, and each passing day brings them closer to acting. The Chariot does not represent hesitation. It confirms determined action backed by conviction and genuine willpower combined. This is not wishful thinking. Actual steps toward you are being taken behind the scenes as we speak. Something inside them finally cracked through the fear, and that breakthrough generates real momentum in your direction. Their resistance is crumbling faster than they expected, and the cards confirm a tipping point already passed. You may not see their progress yet, but internally they crossed a line that cannot be uncrossed now. Now we have the Ace of Wands, and this ignites a spark of bold energy entering very soon. The Ace of Wands says a sudden burst of initiative approaches, something both surprising and completely inevitable. They may reach out without warning, or create a moment where avoiding truth becomes absolutely impossible between you. This card carries raw passion alongside it, and their approach will not be timid or half-hearted. When they finally act on what they feel, you will sense the difference because it carries genuine weight. Hesitation is dissolving inside them rapidly, and a bold declaration of intent is taking shape as we speak. What approaches will not feel tentative at all. It will feel like a door thrown wide open. Our final card is the Page of Swords, and this confirms communication is about to break through fully. The Page of Swords confirms words trapped behind fear, and they are preparing to surface in real ways. They might send a message that catches you off guard, or speak with a directness you never heard. You may sense a subtle shift between you already, a quiet change in how they look your way. That instinct is accurate. The barrier between feeling and expressing is crumbling on their end right now. The countdown already started, and their next move will carry a weight that shifts everything between you permanently. Before it arrives, you may notice signs confirming this energy is closing the gap between you both rapidly. Pay attention to unexpected messages, thoughts of them at odd hours, and warmth spreading through your chest area. Their action will not be subtle, and when it arrives, you will know exactly what it means instantly. Every card confirms movement is certain, and the only remaining question is exactly when that moment arrives. What heads toward you now cannot be recalled or reversed, and the force behind it grows stronger daily. Prepare your heart for something real, because their next contact will carry their entire emotional truth inside. You might already feel it approaching, a subtle electricity in the air that was not present before now. The momentum behind their next move built for longer than you realize, and it is very close now. Their fear of rejection paralyzed them for months, but the cards confirm that paralysis is ending now. Something in the air shifted between you recently, and they noticed it even if nothing was said aloud. The urgency around their decision grows stronger daily, and delay is no longer comfortable for them anymore. They are tired of holding back what they feel, and that exhaustion pushes them toward honest action now. What comes next will not be gradual. The cards confirm a swift and decisive moment approaching very fast. Their fear of losing you now outweighs their fear of confessing, and that shift changes absolutely everything. Trust what your body tells you in coming days, because you will feel them before you see them. Now, the cards revealed a hidden layer, and this holds confessions they have never spoken to another soul. This part strips everything there, and their deepest emotional truth demands to be witnessed by you today. Our first card is the Devil, and I need you to absorb the raw intensity this one carries. The Devil confirms an obsessive quality to their feelings, something they cannot control no matter how they try. They think about you at moments that defy logic, during meetings and while driving down empty streets. Your presence became an addiction they never agreed to, and that dependency rattles them to their absolute core. There are things they imagine saying to you, and hearing those words would leave you completely speechless. They rehearse conversations inside their head, practicing vulnerability they remain too afraid to actually deliver aloud. Confessions build up inside them daily, and the pressure of holding those words back exhausts them completely. Your body might react to this moment, warmth spreading through your chest or tightness gripping your throat suddenly. That physical response is confirmation itself. Your energy recognizes their truth before your conscious mind can process. The Devil also reveals they dream about you in ways they would never confess to another living person. These are not casual thoughts. They are consuming fantasies, occupying the deepest corners of their private mind. Their desire for you has become a constant undercurrent, and it colors every interaction they have with you. Now we have the Seven of Cups, and this reveals fantasies they built around a life with you. The Seven of Cups says they envision multiple futures beside you, and each one grows more vivid daily. Late at night, they picture waking beside you, and that image both comforts and terrifies them equally. They wonder constantly if you carry the same intensity, and that uncertainty keeps them suspended in painful limbo. Secret desires live behind their eyes every single time they see you, and you feel that weight silently. They want to say things that would change the air between you, and they rehearse those words daily. Our final card is the Knight of Pentacles, and this reveals steadiness hiding beneath their chaotic surface. The Knight of Pentacles confirms their commitment runs through bedrock, and despite all fear, it will not erode. They are not a person who attaches easily, and reaching them proves your undeniable significance in their life. What they feel is not a phase. It is a permanent shift across their entire emotional landscape forever. They want to protect you in ways they cannot explain, and that instinct surprises even their own awareness. Give yourself permission to feel how deeply you are loved, because you deserve every ounce of what approaches. Their silence never meant absence. It meant an overflow so vast, they feared being consumed by it entirely. Behind every guarded moment lives a confession, and they still gather courage to deliver it to your face. The cards confirm their devotion is not fragile, and what they carry will outlast every fear they hold. You occupy a permanent place inside their heart, and no distance or silence will ever erase that truth. Something inside them already surrendered to this love, and their mind simply waits for permission to follow through. They memorized small details about you that you forgot sharing, and they hold those details very close. The intensity of what they feel sometimes wakes them at night, and your name echoes through everything. The love they carry is not polite or manageable. It is raw and consuming and beyond all control. They imagined 100 ways to finally tell you, and none of those versions feel brave enough yet. What lives beneath their silence is louder than words, and the cards confirm it demands to be released. Permission is the only thing standing between you and their truth, and that permission is forming now. They ache to be known by you completely, and that craving surprises even their own guarded heart deeply. The confession inside them grows heavier each day, and the weight of it reached a breaking point already. Okay, the energy settles into its final stretch, and everything the cards revealed comes together with complete clarity. The near future holds a turning point, and the cards show me the shape of it very clearly. Our first card is the Ten of Cups, and this carries the most powerful promise of emotional fulfillment. The Ten of Cups confirms what builds between you leads toward genuine happiness, devotion, and lasting harmony. This is not a temporary high or a fleeting chapter. This represents love that sustains and deepens. They are moving toward a place where fear no longer controls and openness replaces every guarded behavior. The Ten of Cups says this love has a destination, and that destination is peace and mutual belonging. Now we have the World, and this confirms completion of a cycle in motion longer than you realize. The World says everything you endured before now was preparation for this exact connection standing before you. Every heartbreak and lonely night taught your heart how to recognize something genuine the moment it arrived. Our final card is Temperance, and this brings divine timing and balanced harmony into your situation directly. Temperance confirms that patience has been your greatest quiet strength, and the universe is ready to reward it. My advice moving forward is simple. Remain open without chasing, and trust without demanding constant proof from them. Let them approach at their own pace, because the cards confirm their arrival is certain and already moving. Do not force what is already unfolding naturally, and trust that what belongs to you will never pass. The message today was unmistakable. This person carries love that frightens their own sense of control completely. They hold a devotion so deep it scares them, and that fear was the only barrier still standing. The cards revealed today were the Moon, Knight of Cups, Two of Wands, and the Lovers to start. Then came Nine of Swords, Queen of Cups, the Star, and Six of Cups for your own energy. We saw the Tower, King of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and Eight of Swords on their emotional side. The Chariot, Ace of Wands, and Page of Swords confirmed clear movement heading directly in your direction. The Devil, Seven of Cups, and Knight of Pentacles revealed confessions and devotion they simply cannot contain. Ten of Cups, the World, and Temperance closed this reading with harmony and a promise of completion. Picture yourself 3 months from now, standing in the warmth of a love you no longer question. That future is not fantasy. It is the exact destination these cards pointed toward throughout this entire reading. What you feel is real, and what they carry for you matches every hope your heart held quietly. This is real, and soon you will hold proof that every single instinct you ever had was right. If this message touched your spirit today, come back and tell me when their walls finally crumble. Thank you so deeply for being here with me, for trusting the cards, and for believing always. The near future brings a softening in how they speak, and you will notice that shift very clearly. Walls that stood firm for months are about to crumble, and what emerges behind them is pure devotion. The universe aligned every piece of this story perfectly, and the final chapter begins for you very soon. You carried hope through seasons of silence, and that resilience brought this exact energy to your door today. Your patience was never wasted. It built the foundation for something strong enough to hold this love safely. This connection was always meant to reach this point, and the cards confirm you arrived on schedule. Imagine the relief of hearing what you always knew, spoken aloud by the one voice you needed most. That moment is closer than you realize, and when it arrives, the weight you carried will lift entirely. You do not need to chase or convince. Your presence alone already did all the work needed. The love approaching does not arrive with conditions.